Hi, students. Today is Monday, June 15th, 2020, or 2020. Welcome to our final 3 days of school. All of you have just done amazing this year, and we are so excited to celebrate this last week with you. So with that, let's get started with what your assignments are for this week or for today. So as always, when you are reading, make sure you read independently for 20 minutes. At some point during the day, you can break it up. Under the reading and writing section, we would like you to explore a website called Google Arts and Culture. And we'd like for you to pick something to explore, for example, like this Once Upon a Try that you see a link for. You can explore as many topics as you want, but as always, for any kind of website that you're going to be going to, you need to ask permission from your family first to make sure that it's okay for you to go there. After you have visited this site, I want you to write down, what did you notice? What did you wonder? What did you learn? And what was your favorite part? Let's go ahead and check out the website so you can see what it looks like. Now, it's almost like going to a museum, but virtually. And as you can see, when you go, you've got some different things that you can click on. You can do some morning meditation. You can do a lunchtime stroll at some place in another part of the world. You can check out what this afternoon tea is, or even this evening reading. And if you scroll down, you'll see some other really cool things. This one right here that says take a selfie and turn into an artwork. This one's kind of cool. You can download this. I tried it on the computer. I wasn't able to, but I was able to on my phone. I took a selfie, and then it showed me artwork that looked like my face, but this particular one, it actually will turn your selfie into a piece of artwork. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, you can just keep scrolling, and there are a lot of different rooms that you can go into. And then there are some cool apps like this right here, the Strike a Pose, where it lets you do something yourself and kind of create your own art. So anyway, get your parents' permission, check it out, and then write about it. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to science. So today in science, you are going to be doing the habitat scavenger hunt and what's in a habitat. So we're going to go to our PowerPoint and check out to see what that looks like. So for your habitat scavenger hunt, you're going to be doing a page that looks like this. And you don't have to go to a park. You can go just right outside your door. You can go for a walk. You can be in your backyard. Just make sure that you have an adult with you if you do leave your house. I'm going to read this page to you. It says, Habitat Scavenger Hunt. Now you've got the hang of it. How many parts of a habitat can you discover? This park might have more than one kind of habitat, such as a forest, wetland, grassland, and desert. Observe the habitat around you closely. How many things can you find on the list? Now remember, you might not be in a park. You might just be in your backyard or walking around the neighborhood. So don't feel like you are limited to just being at a park. And there's a long list of things to see if you can find them. Starting from the top, insect, spider web, place where a bird can hide, plant that is as tall as you, mammal, leaf bigger than your hand, animal making noise, something a bird can eat, animal track, hole in a tree, rock bigger than a baseball, bird nesting material, water for animals. And then there are 3 questions that you can answer. What is the most colorful thing you found? What was your favorite thing you observed? And what would you name the habitat that you are in? Now, you don't have to print this page in order to do it. You can just use this as a reference, go on a scavenger hunt and see what you find. Okay, let's take a look at the next page that you're going to be using today. So this is called What's in a Habitat. And it says, families, your child has been learning about wild birds and their habitats. This sheet offers information and activities so the whole family can enjoy birds too. Well, we haven't been doing a whole lot around birds, but we're kind of just starting that this week. So we talked a little bit about a bird feeder last week, and we told you that there was going to be some activities this week that might help with that. So here we go. Let's read what's in a habitat. So it says, with your child, choose a nearby outdoor space to map, a yard, garden, local park. First, spend time just observing what is there. Are there trees, gardens, structures, or water? Are there flowering plants, shrubs, lawn, bird feeders? Can you or your kids identify any of the plants? If not, that's okay. After an initial survey of the yard, draw and label a map of the space. If you want to go further, visit habitat.network to add your map to an online citizen science project. So have fun with that. In fact, you can do this when you're on this scavenger hunt and kind of do two things at once. All right, let's go back to our schedule and let's take a look at math. So for math, you are going to be making a guess how many jar, and you're going to be making 10 with playing cards. And then down here, there's some worksheets for standards review. But let's get started with your activities. So for directions on how to do these, you can click on these math activities directions link. I'm going to do that. And in English and in Spanish, it lays out how you can do all of these activities. So for the guess how many jar, I'm sure many of us have done this in class before, in kindergarten, or if we were in PK or preschool, maybe even at parties that you've gone to. Let's take a look at what a guess how many jar can look like. This is just an example. This one has Lego blocks in it. And what you do is you fill up a jar with something. It could be candy, it could be toys, it could be any object your parents say it's okay to put in a jar. Then you are going to make sure that you count all of the things that you're putting in that jar because you need to know the answer. Then you're going to ask your family to make guesses on how many of this object they think are in the jar. Now, there is no shaking the jar. They have to just be able to look at it, okay? When you've collected everybody's guesses, go through them, see who was the closest, and whoever's the closest can earn a prize. Now, a prize you could maybe earn, you'll have to talk about with your family, but I was thinking maybe chores. Maybe if you take out the trash, maybe the person who wins gets to give their chore away. So if they take out the trash, then somebody else has to do that chore for them. But decide amongst your family. Now, again, right here, if you go back here, it gives you step-by-step what you can do. And you can read those if you want a little more explanation on what to do. Okay, so now the Make 10 with playing cards. You can click on this link here, and it'll take you to a PDF version of playing cards if you don't have any of these at home. Oh, looks like that's the same link. Let's go back to our student-friendly schedule. If you click on this one here, I'll change the other one. That way when you click on it, it's the right one. Here's the PDF of playing cards. Many of us have these lying around the house, but if you don't and you have a printer, feel free to print these, cut them out, and you'll have your own playing cards. Okay, so the way you're gonna play this, I'm gonna go ahead and read these directions to you. You're gonna remove the face cards from a deck of playing cards and place the deck face down on the table. Now, if you print out the other cards, they are not back to back, so you don't have to worry about that first direction. But if you have playing cards at home, usually there's one side that has the face like this, and then there's another side that's the back side that is blank, usually. Okay, so what they're saying is that you take those cards from the deck and you put them face down on a table so you can't see what they are. Next, each player has to choose 5 cards and place the cards in front of them. Next, the first player uses the 5 cards to create as many possibilities, as many equations as they can in which the sum is going to equal 10. So for example, if you have a 9, a 9, a 3, a 2, and a 4, you can make the following equations. 9 plus 4 minus 3 equals 10, and 9 plus 3 minus 2 equals 10. After you make as many equations as possible, players are going to set aside the used cards and the play passes to the next player. So continue with players refilling their hands to 5 cards at the start of each turn. Whoever uses the most cards by the end of the deck wins. All right, and that is how you do both of your activities for today. There are also these worksheets For standards review, I am not going to read all of these in this video, but you can go ahead and take a look at these. This is just review from the entire year. So there's a lot of word problems. The standard that it's reviewing is at the top. So go ahead and look through these. There's about 9 different pages, but they only have a couple of problems on each pages. I would say this is optional for today. I mean, we wanted you guys to have some fun this week, but we know some of our friends really enjoy doing math problems like this. All right, students. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for listening to this video. I'll catch you in another one.